Stupid. Take two. Cause I'm a stunner. I ain't gonna change it. No. Don't you know this the way of life? Hey, man. Yo, welcome back to episode 14 of the Dog Money Sports Show. I am your co-host, Money Marvin. I'm sitting with my boy, Big Chubbs. What it do, man?
Man, blessed and highly flavored in the Lord.
Jesus Christ.
How was your weekend, brother?
Expensive.
What was this weekend? Oh, yeah, it was a really expensive weekend for you.
Yeah, yes.
It was a necessary expensive.
I had fun, though.
I had fun, too.
Ate good. Kicked it. I had a little hangover, but
not me.
Sometimes you gotta pay that consequence for fun.
Absolutely.
Why it hurt so much in your 30s though?
Because I think I stopped recovering well after 25.
Bro, I started having hangovers in my 30s.
After one drink too, you be like, dang, I can't even do this no more.
I ain't gonna say all that. I'll throw them back.
Look, let me get the right drink. I'm gonna be like, yeah, man, I'm done. I'm done for the day. Man, I had a good weekend though, kid-free weekend. So I was grateful for that. Was able to
except for on Sunday.
Yeah, except for on Sunday.
They got on my nerves.
Messed up the plans, man. But I did have fun this weekend. Me and Janique was able to get a lot of just us time in. Saw Black Panther. That mess was cold.
Good movie,
man. I hope y'all go out there and check it out. It's definitely worth the watch, worth your money.
Bring your tissue.
I'm going again because Cameron hasn't seen it yet, so we going again. Definitely bring your tissue. You're going to cry at least 4 times.
Hey, tell them about that dude that was in there boo-hooing when y'all was watching it.
I was at the top. It was a few people boo-hooing, man. I ain't even going to lie to you.
You know which one I'm talking about.
The one at the bottom?
Yes.
I didn't see it. He was sitting by Alex, so I didn't see it.
Yeah.
We don't really have too much news to cover. We're going to go straight into it today with the college football review. First, want to just go ahead and quickly discuss the top 25 college football playoff rankings. Really just going over the top 6 actually. So number 1 you have now Georgia. Number 2 you have Ohio State. Number 3 you have Michigan. Number 4 you have Marv's TCU.
Stop it.
His favorite team in the land. Number 5 you have Tennessee. Number 6 you now have LSU. Number 7 you have USC. So I guess I said 6, but we're gonna do 7. Because
LSU, because USC still might surprise us and get up in there, man.
USC still have a chance. I think they really have to get past UCLA.
But I don't think nobody after USC should even be talked about.
Pac-12, Pac-10, or just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah, in general. Because after that, we only have 2 more weeks after this week.
Then bowl 12, season.
Right? Then it's bowl season.
Bowl season is approaching.
So of that. Georgia is a given. We already said that. You said you liked Ohio State to stay last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that if it stayed like this, with Michigan being number 3, do you think that a close loss will keep Michigan at 3?
I think when they lose to Ohio State, they might get knocked out of the top 4.
Even if it's a close loss.
That's if TCU wins, and who is 5?
Tennessee.
And if Tennessee wins, they can lose their spot.
But Michigan hasn't lost a game yet.
Mm-hmm.
TCU has lost a game yet. Has lost a game.
2.
So
2.
They lost 2?
No, who they lose to?
I can't remember. You got to pull that up for me. That's your favorite team.
Stop it.
And let me know.
They're actually they undefeated, my boy.
Are they undefeated?
TCU 10-0.
They are undefeated. So I'll take that back. So TCU undefeated. Michigan undefeated, but it begs to differ, the schedule, strength of schedule.
True.
For me, Michigan got the better schedule of opponents, and if you have Ohio State barely beating Michigan, then I don't see them just getting booted out of the top 4.
I can see it, but if it doesn't happen, I get it,
right?
Right. So, but if I was in their position, I don't want to lose nothing.
Absolutely.
I don't want to lose nothing.
But somebody got to lose. They both play each other last game of the season. So one of them got to lose. Personally, I think Michigan can actually get Ohio State this year. So I think that's what we bet on last week. But I have to go back to the cameras.
Either way, I want my dub. I want my 20.
TCU, I still don't see TCU finishing out in the top 4 this season. I don't.
I mean, it can happen, bro.
They have Baylor.
It can happen.
They have Baylor.
Oh, they're going to whoop on Baylor. Is it this week?
They have Baylor this week. They have Baylor this week.
Oh, they're going to smash Baylor.
Whoop on Baylor?
Yes.
Man. So they have Baylor, and then they have Iowa State.
And they're playing at Baylor too, ain't they?
I believe so. They have Baylor, and then they have Iowa State. So
they're going to mollywop both of them.
Baylor and Iowa State. I don't know, man. Iowa State is one of those sneaky teams that can always get somebody. Mm-hmm. Either they always get Oklahoma, they always get Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma is not to be mentioned on the show ever again. Not until we do better.
And they can definitely get TCU. I mean, TCU.
I don't think so.
TCU stopped the run game when they needed to. They didn't score like crazy. So maybe somebody figured it out against them. But Tennessee has the open door. LSU definitely has an open door because they'll be playing in the SEC championship. Mm-hmm. And then you have USC, who's not too far, who has an open door. So, of the remaining, of that 7, who do you see booting out of the top 4? Anybody this weekend?
Nah, not this weekend.
Not this weekend? Nah, not this weekend either. But I do see TCU falling out. I still feel like TCU is going to take.
You want to see TCU take?
I do want to see them take an L.
You know what? Let's go TCU. Let's go Frogs. I just don't know
if I care about TCU right now. Like they showed me a lot, but they haven't shown me.
What happened to us rooting for Tennessee?
I'm still rooting for Tennessee.
I'm gonna be real. I want to see Tennessee sneak back in there.
I'm still rooting for Tennessee,
like
but
Hooker, man.
What if it's an all SEC type of deal? And one Ohio State or Michigan has to stay. So what if it's like 3 SEC teams? Tennessee, LSU, Georgia. Then you're gonna have everybody.
You think LSU
this is just not that fit. At this point, I don't see them losing to nobody else. They don't have on their remaining 2 games of regular season, I don't see them losing. If they lose this week, it's because they got too big. Their heads got too big after that big win.
Kind of like what happened with Philadelphia last night.
I don't necessarily think Philadelphia's head got too big. I feel like off of a bye week, you know how it is. When you off of a bye week and you had a whole bunch of momentum going on, they basically was off 2 weeks. So with that, it kind of slowed them down.
I know we jumping from college to NFL, but I just think that Philly's a much better team on all levels.
Absolutely.
And they pretty much underestimated their opponent and played to their level.
But I won't say Washington is a terrible team.
No, I'm definitely not going to say that.
Actually,
we got the best division in football.
We definitely got the best division in football. Segueing
they
out
still bums though. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Segueing out because we really didn't want to discuss too much college football. I mean, that's really the basis of what's going on. Just keep paying attention to the college football rankings as the year winds down. College bowl season is where you start making a little bit more money. You got teams that have rest. You got teams that do better with that type of stuff. So basically pay attention to that and see where you're going. You may want to be keeping your money on the top 25 at this point just because it's less to, study, less to research.
Speaking of bowl season, have you been any bowl games outside of the Vegas Bowl?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, man,
No. I've only been to a Vegas Bowl, and that was when it was at Sandboy Stadium.
Last Vegas Bowl I went to was when Steven Jackson and Lawrence Turner, they played for Oregon State.
Yeah, I went to that bowl. I went to that one.
Yeah, me, my dad, DeMarco, D. Peeps was there.
Actually, I think that might be the last.
That was the last one?
I think that might be the last one.
I think that was dope how they ended their college career in the Vegas Bowl.
In Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was cool.
I went to the Fiesta Bowl. Went to see Quinn and DeMarco and them play versus Utah State.
Okay.
They played at Arizona.
Okay.
I I've been to another bowl game.
Bowl games are special.
Bowl games are fun, man.
Bowl games are special. I definitely had that on my bucket list to get to. One at least. There's a few things on my bucket list to get to. I'm excited about going into that game next week. Or is it next week? Next week.
Next week.
Right? We're going on the two games, basketball, NBA, and NFL.
I'm excited about seeing that FanDuel.
That might be really what I'm.
That's why I'm going.
That might be really what I'm
excited about. Are we going to games too?
That might be what I'm excited about the most.
It's at the Suns Arena, right?
In the Suns Arena.
Yeah, I got to see that.
Placing a bet on FanDuel, like just in person. Like,
legally.
So, stop saying that, man. It's all legal.
Right.
So
to an extent.
We gonna run out of college and switch on over gears into our bums of the week. Or bum of the week. We don't really have two this week. We have one that may have. Is this a 4-peat?
Bro, this is a triple crown for
sure.
Is it 4?
This might be a 4-peat, bro.
We'll have to go back and check, but guess who
Not
it is?
Not 1. Not 2. Not 3.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Don't even put Las Vegas in front of that.
Just win, baby. Them babies ain't winning.
Man, they ain't winning nothing.
Bro, they lost to Jeff Saturday.
They lost to Jeff Saturday. They lost to the man that ain't never had a coaching experience a day.
He looked so out of
college,
place.
Not NFL.
No, he coached high school.
Did he coach high school?
Yeah.
Okay, so take that back.
He was a long snapping coach.
Man, if I had a... Get out of here, man. You just made me mad with that. You just made me mad with that.
Hey, it's on the resume.
It's
on the resume. Hey, they tell us all the time.
Bum of the
Put
week.
it on that resume. Lie about it.
Bum of the week. Las Vegas Raiders again. Terry, I hope you're excited about that. Marcus, I hope you're excited about that.
Dad, I hope you're excited about it too. Your team sucks.
Suck.
Just sorry.
Man, but we're going to segue up out of there. We have a question from the Dog Pound. You got that? Dog Pound, you got that up for me, Mark?
Oh, yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Trey. He's a Bears fan.
Absolutely.
He sent us a nice little question, man. Y'all go ahead and check that out.
The Alley.
The Alley, yep. Shout out to the Alley.
All right, so my question will be Justin Fields. Last 3 games been going crazy, running the ball, throwing the ball. Do you guys think he is officially the best quarterback that came out of that draft?
So,
I think that's a great question, dog.
That is a really good question, especially being that we are going into draft season again, if you will. This is about the time that you really start seeing more mock drafts being put out because we're halfway through the season. Now, his question was in regards to the 2021 draft class of the quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So, before I get your stance on that one, just want to go through the list. First, we had Trevor Lawrence, pick 1 of that draft. Zach Wilson out of BYU, pick 2. You had Trey Lance, pick 3. You had Justin Fields as the 4th quarterback at pick 11. You have Mac Jones at pick 15. Kyle Trask, pick 64. Kellen Mond, pick 66. David Mills, pick 67. So those were your top quarterbacks taken in the first 3 rounds of that draft class. So before I give mine, I want to hear what your thoughts on that one.
All right, so of the names that you listed, 4 of them are actually active quarterbacks right now. You have Justin Fields, of course. You have Trevor Lawrence, Mills in Houston, and for the Jets. I'm sorry, say his name.
You mean active Mac Jones?
And, that's 5. Mac Jones as well. With that being said, I think Justin Fields is pound for pound the best quarterback in that draft.
Okay.
I just wish he had more surrounding him so we can really see his talents. He was a great quarterback at Ohio State. Is he leading all quarterbacks in rushing right now? He might be leading the NFL in rushing.
I think he's leading the NFL in rushing at this point, bro.
He brought the Chicago Bears. Their record doesn't really speak for what their talent has. They don't really have a lot of big names over there, but somehow they mesh. and they are always like involved. They're always in the games. They're not just getting blown out, except for when they played us.
Right.
But every dog has his day.
Right. Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, I just think without that quarterback, that team is nothing. Like absolutely nothing.
He's number 6.
Number 6 in what?
In Russian. Number 6.
That's crazy.
A quarterback, number 6, 749 yards total so far.
Yeah, I think he's a great quarterback. Of course, he got a lot of developing to do, but what quarterback in the league doesn't?
Right.
Outside of Tom Brady.
Absolutely. I feel like on my... But if you want to lose... Nah, I ain't going
No, don't do that.
I ain't going to go there today. My thoughts on Fields, personally, I thought that he was the best quarterback coming out of that draft class. A lot of hype was on Trevor Lawrence, who of course came from Clemson. He succeeded basically, took that other quarterback spot. Can't even think of his name right now, but I don't even know if he's still playing.
Right.
But he basically succeeded Deshaun Watson. Clemson had a thing going for a while where they had produced a few really good quarterbacks, and of course they were one of the top teams in the country for so many years at that time.
Right.
So
he also had a crazy following in high school.
Since high school to college, absolutely. So I feel like, of course, they were going to go with Trevor Lawrence no matter what. I mean, it was pretty much after he took the field at Clemson and did what he did. They were just waiting for him to get drafted, and they were going to take him number 1.
Imagine if they took Justin Fields.
I still don't even think they would have took Justin Fields. So I'm just saying,
imagine him on that roster.
I think he would have been a really great piece on that roster, but I don't think that was his true destination. Zach Wilson, I feel like he was going to go in that selection anyway because they wanted a quarterback with an arm. New York, they wanted a quarterback with an arm, and they wanted a quarterback with that I guess that
attitude,
that like. What's Joe Namath type,
Right.
Let me give you that star a little bit.
They should have went after Baker Mayfield then.
Stop. But I think the biggest reach, honestly, of that draft was Trey Lance, who was picked number 3. I remember that draft happening. The 49ers traded down just to get Trey Lance. I personally thought they were going to trade down, even though they spoke about it pretty much the whole offseason. It was either that the 49ers wanted Trey Lance or they wanted Justin Fields.
And to this day, I don't understand like their reasoning for
I don't understand
doing all that for Trey Lance.
I don't understand it. And the crazy thing is, with them trading down to get Trey Lance, that pick, again, developed Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins, Jalen Waddle to the Dolphins, and now Bradley Chubb to the Dolphins. So technically, the 49ers got fleeced out of that pick. Justin Fields, to me, he had a strong arm. Of course, he can run.
Obviously.
And I feel like the biggest knock on him was being a quarterback at Ohio State, truly.
Yeah.
You got to think about Ohio State quarterbacks over the years. Over the years, since 2007, you had Troy Smith in 2007, who won the Heisman, but didn't get drafted to round 5. You had Terrell Pryor in 2011. You had Cardale Jones in 2016. You had Dwayne Haskins, RP the homie, in 2019. And then you had Justin Fields. I think with the lack of success between those quarterbacks transitioning to the NFL is really what did him in. And I feel like with Fields, it was important for him not only to succeed for the younger generation of Ohio State quarterbacks, but it was important for him to succeed for himself, because I feel like Chicago kind of started this year off like, we want you to fail so we can get us another quarterback.
And he is not trying to have that.
And he is not failing. He is doing it all.
They not winning games, but he's showing y'all that he got something back there, bro. They just need to get the right pieces over there in Chicago. They might be all right.
If they decide to actually build a team around him the right way, Chicago could become that perennial powerhouse again. And that's what they need.
We've never seen it.
We've never seen it. And going Wait, technically we did see it with Devin Hester.
We seen a good Chicago team with a great defense
Perennial.
that took the worst quarterback I've ever seen play to the Super Bowl.
Perennial great. Talking about that boy Rex Grossman. But you go back
sorry.
Before I get out of there, you go back to Trey Lance and think about the situation that they're in right now. Trey Lance hurt, and the quarterback that they were trying to replace is still the quarterback now, Jimmy G.
Just on a restructured contract.
Oh, stat. I saw a stat today. That Jimmy G is the number one quarterback. He has 10 wins and 2 losses with no touchdowns.
That's crazy.
10 wins, 2 losses with 0 touchdowns.
Would you rather have him or Rex Grossman as your quarterback?
Boy, give me Rex Grossman if I got that defense. Man, they the same player at this point.
Basically.
They're really the same player at this point. But overall, I do feel like Justin Fields at this current moment is, to me, the best quarterback of that draft. Mm-hmm. Trevor Lawrence absolutely has the ability to still be Trevor Lawrence and make that number one pick worthwhile. Mm-hmm. Zach Wilson, he's a game manager at this point. I don't know what they're really doing with him. So to me, I feel like Justin Fields is the best with the most upside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think pound for pound, he's just better than all of them.
Pound for pound?
Pound for pound.
I mean, I wouldn't disagree with that. So rolling over to the NFL, and that was a great question to segue us in because, again, we're in that draft season, that mock draft season of the NFL. And right now, currently, if the season was to end today, Houston would be number 1, drafted number 1. The Raiders would be drafted number 2. Carolina Panthers would be drafting 3. The Eagles will be drafting 4, thanks to a pick from the Saints. That is nuts.
Bums.
Jacksonville will be drafting 5. Chicago 6. Seattle, thanks to Denver, 7. Detroit 8, thanks to the Rams. Houston again at 9, thanks to the Browns. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers at 10. Now, of all of those 10, I really truly only see 3, maybe max 3 quarterbacks going. Who do you think is going to take a quarterback out of that round?
I think the teams on this list that might need a quarterback early.
The Raiders.
Definitely the Raiders.
You've been saying it all. The Raiders.
Definitely the Raiders.
Derek Carr will be out.
I want to say Houston because they just drafted one, but, you know.
So you don't think David Mills would be – you don't think he would be the long-term answer?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's playing some decent football for what it's worth.
Okay.
But I'm not going to sit here and say he's terrible. He's no Josh Rosen.
Out of that 21 draft class, too.
Yeah.
But
the 3, you said 3 teams?
3 teams. I think it's 3 teams.
I think Carolina's still looking for a quarterback, bro, if we keeping it a buck.
I do, but I don't know if they will reach.
That's not first round.
First round.
Not first round. You know how I feel about quarterbacks in the first round, though, man.
How you feel?
I don't really think that is necessary. They put a lot of emphasis on around draft week about quarterbacks going early. Some of the best quarterbacks come through rounds 2 through 4.
That is true. Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott,
Pat Mahomes,
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady was picked what? What round was he? 4?
No,
or
Tom
6?
Brady was like 6.
6, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Patrick Mahomes was actually picked 10.
But you get quarterbacks that they really want to get out there in the first round, like Jamarcus Russell and Baker Mayfield and Josh Rosen. I'm not going to say his name no more, I promise.
Terrible pick.
Bro,
still.
terrible.
To this day.
The other quarterback in Carolina, Sam Darnold.
Terrible. Came out of the same class as Josh Rosen.
The same
he
class as Baker Mayfield. Yeah. Terrible. So I don't think everybody needs to just jump on quarterbacks in the first round. You know, as a matter of fact, give me your top 5 active quarterbacks right now.
My top 5 active quarterbacks at this moment. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kirk Cousins, Jalen Hurts, Tua.
And of those, who was drafted in the first round?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes was not drafted in the first round.
He was.
All right, we'll have to look it up.
Yeah, pick 10.
You're right.
Yeah, I know.
No, you're right. All right, so you got Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, last pick of the first round.
Tua. And I know Jalen Hurts wasn't drafted.
He was drafted second round.
Kirk Cousins. That is the question. I don't know where.
And he was the second quarterback drafted to that team in that same draft.
He was. So he wasn't drafted in the first because Robert Woods went.
No,
Robert Griffin III.
They drafted Robert Griffin and Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he went round 4.
Yeah.
And he's still in the game.
Look at him.
Balling. So, who is your top 5 right now?
Top 5 right now.
Right now.
Bias. Dak is in my top 5. He's going to be.
Okay.
I'm a diehard fan. But Pat Mahomes, boy.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson. Let's see. Josh Allen.
Okay. Dang, I forgot Josh.
You know I've been big on Josh Allen, bro.
I would put Josh in there too.
Yeah.
I would probably throw out Kirk Cousins. Not
necessarily.
I don't know.
He just spanked that boy this week.
Yeah, true.
Leave him in there.
Yeah.
Leave him in there.
Okay. So you said Josh Allen's Dak Prescott.
I'm taking Dak Prescott out of my
Okay.
top 5.
Okay.
Oh, come on now.
So who's your 5?
Come on, son.
Say it again.
Pat Mahomes, boy.
Okay.
Let's go with Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Josh Allen.
Okay.
You know what?
Jalen Hurts for MVP.
No, he's not. No.
Jalen Hurts for MVP.
I don't think that they're successful just based off of what he's doing out there, bro.
Jalen Hurts for MVP.
No.
I ain't even.
I'm never gonna say. I'm never gonna say that with this mouth,
bro.
God didn't give me this mouth for that.
He came from Bama. That's why. Because Jalen Hurts for MVP.
No,
bro. He's top.
I would be happy for him if he got it, but I'm just not gonna say that so early in the season.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it.
You want to put some money?
I refuse. No, I'm not betting on it. Not betting on it or against it. I want to see that black man succeed. Just not in Philadelphia.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
You feel me?
I understand.
All
So going back to the draft class really quick. So Bryce Young, he is one of the top quarterbacks. So you got Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Will Levis, you have Hendon Hooker. Who do you see going to Houston? Being that let's say they take a quarterback first. Who do you see out of that for?
If they take a quarterback first?
Yes.
For knowing them, they'll probably go for somebody like Bryce.
Yeah, I agree. So, Raiders 2. Who do Raiders take?
Hendon Hooker. That's who they need to go get.
No.
Go get him.
I mean, the boy is 25, and the boy can play. But when you talking about upside, that's when they're going to take C.J. Stroud.
You say that. Why?
Because that boy got a lot of upside.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I'm not even going to talk against him because the boy got game.
He got a lot of upside.
You know I'm just big on Hendon Hooker, dog.
Me too. But he got a lot of upside. You know how the NFL is. That boy, Hendon Hooker, is 25 years old. He basically like on mission status. Like, you know the quarterbacks that go away for BYU and Utah that was on missions and come back 30 years old like
a Weaver at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, exactly.
That nigga's 35 playing college ball.
So, he basically a missions type of quarterback.
That's funny.
So 25, he gonna be entering 26.
Hey, I know what Chicago need to do.
What?
They need to go after that wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Absolutely. Either that or an offensive tackle.
Yeah, but go get Marvin Harrison Jr.
Do you build with the wide receiver because they do have some legit wide receivers. They don't have that can get really better.
The running game is okay. It's good right now.
But
granted, you still want to get you like another running back in there. I think Montgomery is doing a great job for what it's worth.
Yes.
But you need somebody else he can throw to. You don't have nobody that's really out there getting separation.
Not with a star power.
You don't have anybody getting separation.
I mean, we got to see what Claypool do with and Darnell Mooney.
It's 2 weeks in. What's happening?
Darnell Mooney.
It's 2 weeks in. What's happening?
Hey.
That boy Justin Fields still running for his life.
But guess what? That's because he ain't got no offensive line.
True.
So would you get an offensive lineman or would you take Marvin Harrison Jr.?
You can get a great offensive lineman in the first round.
I'm talking about
you. Can get a great offensive lineman in the last round.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can, bro.
No, you cannot.
Okay.
the power between the offensive linemen in the first round to the last round, vastly different.
Yeah, then
it's not the same as
them late
quarterbacks.
rounders are going to develop and get better. Out of all these offensive injuries we've been seeing, we've been watching these late round draft picks play more than these first rounders.
Put a pin in it next week.
We'll look into
next
it.
Week
We'll look into it.
I do want to have that discussion with you
it.
next week because I want to see. Because offensive tackles over time, it's hard to have that separation. We talking about
Big suckers be going on the field getting hurt.
we talking about big time talent to little time talent at that time. Like, we talking about development, and we talking about NFL ready. You talking about cats from Wisconsin to cats to
Let's talk about
South
that
Dakota
lineman we
State.
drafted early.
Tyler Smith?
How's he doing?
Well, first of all, I don't think he should have been drafted first.
We should have got him in the late round.
Exactly. That's their problem. so
He'd have still been just as good.
He would have still been in the,
Just as good.
He would have been in the third round at least. You know what I mean? That was a reach, but he is developing and he is getting better. But that to me was a reach. Now, question is, where do you see Bijan Robinson going? Texas running back. Let me tell
Let's
you
see where
I
he's
see
needed.
first.
I can see him in Chicago too.
No, let me tell you. What will make me so mad will be him going to the Eagles at 4.
Bro, don't speak that to existence, dog. I keep
Eagles
forgetting
at 4.
that New Orleans gave away their pick to Philly,
Bro.
so now they picking fourth.
Think about that.
Regardless of where they in the year,
They
they still
don't need
picking fourth.
linebackers because they picked them last year. They don't need defensive linemen because they picked them. They don't need cornerbacks and safeties because they got really good young cornerbacks and safeties. Darius Slay out there doing his thing. He's slaying.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. If
Bijan Robinson.
somebody big go down, that's what they're using that fourth pick on.
On the
that
offensive
position.
tackle?
Yeah.
Ah.
No, I mean like, say they lose Slay, knock on wood.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we going to get the coldest cornerback in the draft and see what he do.
Man. I'm not passing up on Bijan Robinson.
Nah, I don't
If
think
I'm number
anybody
4,
should, bro. He's
I'm
solid.
I'm not passing up on Bijan
I don't
Robinson.
want to see
That's
that.
a great pick. So
I don't want to see that.
real
Don't speak
quick,
that into
though.
existence.
Pittsburgh, just because it's pretty intriguing. They just picked up Kenny Pickett. Who do you have them? Do you think they go after another quarterback, or do you build around Kenny Pickett and go offensive
No,
line?
they can build around Kenny Pickett.
They need to go offensive line.
They do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they
okay.
do.
That was I just had to think about that. I wanted to know your
That's
thoughts
a
on
need
that.
for them, though.
That is an absolute need for them. Is the offensive line.
Yeah, that's a need for
They
them.
got a lot of work to do on that end. Now, really quick, before we get into our dog of the week, best catch, your top 3 best catches of all time for you.
Man, all right. Off the top of the head, I'm gonna have to go with Odell Beckham
Okay.
over us.
Okay. Picture up there.
Dope catch, but I hate watching the replay, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
Brandon
that's one of
Carr,
the
sorry
coolest.
ass, bro. Anyway, D Hop versus the Bills.
Okay. Great
End
catch.
zone with Moss. What 3 of them?
Great catch.
Great catch.
Great catch.
And one of my favorites, bro, Santonio Holmes in the Super Bowl.
I don't think that one get enough love, honestly.
Yeah, man, that was one of my favorite catches.
I don't
man.
think that one.
That's
because
he was 5'6".
He was the boy stretched out and was like, shh.
Tippy toes.
Now for me, and I only ask that because it's gonna segue up into our dogs of the week. For me, Odell, that one-handed catch. I mean that hands down. To that point we never seen it.
I'm still trying to figure out how he caught that like this.
To that point, we'd never seen. He caught it like he was drinking a Coke bottle, bro. So, to this day, I mean that's still the best catch
to this day.
Then you got, and that's what you look like today, by the way.
That's what I was going for.
That's what you look like today.
Yeah.
To this day.
To this day.
To this day. To this day.
To this day.
To this day.
Let's go.
That's what you need to be next. That's what you need to be next Halloween. David Tyree's helmet grab. Patriots dynasty going down from that perfect finish. Man, that right there in the situation, like
I think
it was
that
an ugly
catch, it was an
catch.
ugly catch, but the significance behind it was crazy.
So crazy. Like it was like he had Stickum on his hands and his helmet.
Moss never got a Super Bowl ring.
Never got a Super Bowl ring. Had the best season of his life.
Best season of his life.
Never got a Super Bowl
Never
ring.
got that ring.
Man, that's crazy. And then that third catch would be Justin Jefferson this past weekend in what would have been the game of the week or the game of the year so far.
Crazy catch.
Like, that man literally grabbed that ball from the defender. Like, one hand. The defender had two hands on it, and he grabbed the ball from him with one hand.
Weight room.
Man. So, segueing out of that, dog of the week. Our dog of the week. Little dog. Do the dog catch a baby, do the dog catch a dog. Little dog and big dog. You got the little dog of the week this week.
No, I got the big dog.
You got the big dog, my bad. Little dog of the week goes to me. Segueing out of that, little dog of the week, Justin Jefferson. Boy went crazy. 10 catches, 193 yards.
How many tutties?
One tutty, but 193 yards?
That boy was out there balling.
10 catches?
Balling.
And they beat the Bills?
I wonder how many fantasy points he put up.
Something stupid, Big Noopy. It was probably like 37, 38, maybe 40. Could have been up there. But 10 catches, 193, it's nuts. Who was your big dog of the week?
All right, normally I would use an NFL game for this. However, I can't.
Yeah.
This team didn't cover the spread.
They didn't.
Which blew my
Bastards.
5-teamer.
Blew my tickets.
However, Harold Perkins Jr. was a menace on the field last week.
That boy is cold.
I'm about to read off his stats, and it don't do him justice for the hell that he caused, because he was literally on every single tackle.
And
Yeah, this is
one of the ones that you about to say, because it don't do it justice.
It don't even count.
It didn't count.
Two of them.
You right.
Two of them.
One of them he would have picked up and went the other way.
And still had 2 forced fumbles. Still,
Man.
the boy had eight tackles. 6 of them was solo. 4 sacks. 4 tackles for a loss. That boy was everywhere. True freshman.
If he was able to get drafted this year, where would he go?
Dallas.
No, that boy wouldn't even
Mike needs some
last.
help.
He wouldn't even last to Dallas, bro. If he was eligible to get drafted this year, that's top 10 worthy right there.
Bro, for real. Because, dog, he got out there and showed out.
Dog,
That boy woke. And you know what's crazy? He was sick, so they was trying to call it his flu game.
he was sick.
He was sick, bro.
Who said that?
That boy had that dog in him. I read it on ESPN yesterday.
He was sick?
He was sick, bro.
Oh, yeah, that was his flu game for sure.
sure.
That boy went nuts.
Hats off to that young man.
Hey.
He played a hell of a game, dog.
Man, crazy.
I wasn't even too mad about losing that ticket, bro. I'm just watching great football. He was out there showing out.
I was just mad that I ain't take the money line instead because it was not too far off.
I'm mad. I'm mad at it. Well, it jumped from 3.5 to 4.
Yeah,
But
I got it at 4.
They won by 3.
They won by 3.
It's
I got it at
It's a time machine out there somewhere, dog. We have to find it.
We gotta go
How are they
back.
spot on like this?
I don't know, but we got to find all these picks and get rich. Something.
We don't get this money.
Go get this money. Speaking of money, dog pick of the week. So I don't know if you got a college dog pick of the week.
I actually do.
Last week you did get. I don't know if your NFL one came through.
My NFL one did not.
You took Seattle, but your college one did come through. Great pick. Both of mine went through last week. So if you watching,
We giving them out.
We giving out picks.
We giving out free money.
We giving out money.
If you bet it the right
If
way,
you watching, if
you
you
can
looking
do
on
something with these
Instagram
picks.
and seeing the prop bets that we put out, you getting some money. Keep with us. But who was your dog pick of the week this week? Who you like?
All right, I'm gonna start off with college, man. I actually like Duke, bro.
Man,
Duke on the road. They going to Pittsburgh. 7.5-point dogs, but they dogs, bro. Pittsburgh ain't no hoe though.
they not Pittsburgh of the old.
Nah, I like Duke. I like the plus money on them is 250.
Okay.
That's if you betting William Hill. Chances are it might change. So if you're listening to this on Thursday, man, hop on that ASAP. I like that pick.
Okay.
For my NFL pick, I like the Bears, man. I like the Bears on the road in Atlanta. The Bears are on a 4-game losing streak. Falcons are on a 3. I think the Bears snapped that losing streak this week. They already showed that they have trouble with the run.
Ooh, Justin Fields about to go nuts again.
And the Falcons can't close.
You can't stop that.
So, yeah.
You can't stop the rain.
So, if you want to parlay it, that's a nice little two-teamer for you. I don't recommend no parlays, but I do recommend these dogs, man. Go ahead and get them.
Absolutely. And for myself, my dog picks of the week, NFL-wise, early, but I'm rolling with the New York Jets. Mm-hmm. They are plus 3.5. So if you scared of that money line, take them plus 3.5.
What's that plus money?
Love it. But the money line is plus 142.
And I want it.
So you throw 100 on there, that's 142 plus your 100 back. So I really like that pick this week. Going into New England, I believe both of them were off of bye weeks. So, and that's a battle that has always been a battle.
Division rivalry.
Even when Tom Brady was there, New York used to give the Patriots hell. So, I'm definitely rolling with New York this week to keep it rolling on that end. And as far as my college football pick of the week, I'm going to roll with Iowa. Iowa plays some super ugly football.
Boring football.
I say ugly, like, if you play it, don't watch it because you're not going to have a good time watching the games.
Look, you can bet the under on every Iowa game, dog.
The under is, this is how bad it is. The under on that game is 32.5 points.
See? And it's still
and it's going to hit 32.5 points.
It's still going to go
That's
under, bro.
Crazy. 32.5 points on the under. But if you like them points, it's plus 2.5. If you like the money, which I like, it's plus 115. So that's our dog picks of the week.
Hey, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm finna parlay all four of them.
Me too. Me too.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
I'm putting all four of them on there so we can cash these tickets and put them up this week.
Drew, what about you?
What you got? Nobody? Not yet.
You can just follow our picks.
Yeah. We're going to have to get Mandry's picks next week. Outside of that, keep with us. IG, we've been posting up some of our favorite prop plays. If we don't post it that day, forgive us. Sometimes, it's just not a good day to post because that means we don't really care for none of the picks. So if you see us post it, man, take them. Been hitting 2 out of 3s. Been hitting. So if we hitting 2 out of 3, you making some money. Period. So keep with us. Check out anything we got. We want to definitely thank all our people that's watching, our faithful listeners. Thank you.
Oh, shout out to Trey. Amazing question.
Amazing
dude. He has an amazing closing line. If you guys want to go out there and check that out, the alley, we're going to post a link on this video.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we support everybody that support us, man.
Absolutely.
But you know what that we say? Like, subscribe, listen, follow, tell a friend,
tell 10, tell 20.
We getting this dog money.
Yeah, when you smell that grass, it might be in your dog money. Love y'all. Peace.
Look, mic check 1 2. Money Mark coming through. Tell you what it do. I'm the fly.